you watched the most recent ALGS LAN London, you probably saw TSM get the W and prove that they're the best team in the world. But in this video, I'm not going to talk about them. I want to talk about another team. The team that was the first to hit the match point threshold and had the most points by the end of the tournament. I'm of course talking about NRG. Since the beginning of the game, NRG has consistently had great placements in the biggest Apex tournaments, and that's mostly due to their IGL, Sweet Dreams. Christopher Sexton, aka Sweet, is known mostly for his ability to always keep his composure, even in the worst situations, and calmly IGL his team to victory.
And we're getting pushed!
He got his start in competitive Apex playing for the org Rogue with sniped down and dropped as his teammates. With Sweet IGLing, it didn't take long for him to make a reputation for himself as the only IGL that's on the same level as TSM's IGL, Imperial Hal. When the team eventually disbanded, Sweet joined NRG and replaced the old roster of ACU, Dizzy, and more with Rocker, Nathan, and himself. And that reputation that Sweet had of being Hal's only real challenge didn't go anywhere.
Who's better?
The one who didn't switch to controller.
In fact, Sweet was only getting better, and after reteaching himself the game and coming up with macro strategies that he can enact with his new teammates.
The thing holding us back every week was, very simply put, my macro strategy. My micro, I think we actually have statistically the most individual game wins in ALGS this season in terms of weeks. However, when it comes to actually getting to the end game, that was my biggest struggle as an IGL. We got to the end game, we would consistently win, but my macro took a huge hit with this new variance of zones and beacons and stuff, so it took a while to put it back together.
With Sweet's ability to take full responsibility for whenever things didn't go well, and his team's ability to always adapt and improve, NRG started to take over as the new best team in Apex, and Sweet started to become everyone's favorite IGL.
Sweet is legitimately
just carrying all three of those people.
He's in his brain, with his hand, and he's telling him like where to move, where to look. That's why I call it Sweet the best IGL in the world. You know exactly when to move, where to look, like what you gotta do. When you have him on your team, you don't worry. You don't have the worries. Oh, what are we gonna do? You don't have to worry about it. You just gotta shoot your gun, and he's like holding your hand and making you walk through the lobby.
But it wasn't always smooth sailing for the boys at NRG. According to Rocker, NRG's performances were based solely on if the vibes are right or not, and he felt like they were too inconsistent as a team. Rocker ended up leaving NRG for C9, and with the Rally LAN just a few months away, Sweet needed to find a replacement teammate ASAP.
There's two trains of thought. We pick up a very talented MNK Gibby, or we're gonna go controller route. We're either gonna pick up top controller player, like top 3, top 4 in the game, or we're gonna pick up an MK Gibby.
They ended up going the controller route and picking up a 17-year-old roller demon named Guild. Guild, who was the fragger for Team Liquid before joining NRG, already had plenty of experience in comp and took no time at all adapting to Sweet's game plans. He instantly meshed really well with the team and just happened to be exactly what NRG needed at the time.
One's out bottom, Valk flying on your roof, 1v1, hard 1v1, take it. Okay, that's fine. Balcony right here, red ping, not climbing.
She's trying to climb
low ground.
She fell.
Jump down and 1v1 her, jump down and 1v1 this bang. Find this.
Nice. Run to our knocks,
right here.
On the right.
It's free.
That's free cash.
And ever since then, TSM and NRG have been in a constant back and forth battle. But at the time, NRG wasn't as consistent as TSM and failed to get as many first place finishes. Sweet ended up gaining a reputation for being the most consistent IGL in the B tier and C tier tournaments, but underperforming in the biggest tournaments where it really mattered.
We cannot beat this motherfucking team for shit!
And that brings us to the most recent London LAN tournament, where Sweet was determined to prove to all the doubters that he was the best IGL in the world. NRG got off to a rough start. They started out the tournament with 10 points already because of their consistent performances in the day prior, but by the end of Game 3, they were in 9th place with only 23 points. But instead of letting the pressure get to him and changing his playstyle, Sweet instructed his teammates to keep trusting each other and not play any differently. And then, NRG had one of their best games ever.
Oh my god, they are on the corner.
This guy's smoking. The bank's almost cracked. The bank's almost cracked. Sit on him. Both on me. Both on me. Both on me.
Dead.
One more. Is he low, Gil?
No, I don't know.
Nice. Good win. Okay. Bank's running our side. They're running down low to the same exact fucking thing.
KP on this team down on the low ground, but it's NRG who are here, and it's Singularity who they're fighting. Sweet once again engaging, and look at the damage coming from the IGL. My goodness, NRG destroy Team Singularity.
Great fucking energy, boys.
Yeah, let's
Good
fucking
shit.
go.
Kill this. Let's kill this kid. Kill him. Hitting on us. One dead, two dead. Go, what's up?
Knock one.
Go, that's a big. Sweat this. Just swing on me now.
Look, Geo and NRG, they're the two teams we want to watch. Sweet is just keeping on going. Again, it is a train that's being run through, and it's Geo, it's NRG, it's a 3v3.
Oh my god, kill this fucking kid now. Smoking. Playing wide.
I'm getting an angle.
I got 4 right.
You cancel crack.
I almost won. Swing left, kill, swing left. Try to get on me.
I'll leave out.
I'm running. I'm getting me. He's left.
NRG will win the game, and it was nothing short of the NRG death ball. And not only that, ladies and gents, NRG, they hit match point.
They pretty much steamrolled through the entire lobby and ended up getting first place with 20 kills. A massive 32-point game, which brought them all the way from 9th place to 1st place overall, making them the first team to hit the match point threshold. And for the rest of the tournament, they kept their foot on the gas and were dominating the lobby.
No. Wait.
By the end, they had more points than any other team. Unfortunately for NRG though, that wasn't enough for them to win the tournament, and they ended up losing to TSM because of match point format. I just want to start off by saying, I don't mean any disrespect towards Hal or the boys on TSM. They arguably worked harder than any other team to win, and I'm not trying to take that away from them or any other team I'm about to mention. I do want to talk about match point format though, because I believe there is no circumstance in which the team with the most points by the end of a tournament doesn't win, no matter what type of game or sport you're playing. For those of you that don't know, match point format is when the players compete in an unlimited amount of rounds. The only way a team can win is by getting to the match point threshold, which is 50 points. Then, the first team to win a game after hitting the threshold wins the entire tournament. This system is implemented in all of the LAN finals, which just happen to be the biggest tournaments of the year. Even going back to June 2021 in the North America ALGS finals, when KNG won the tournament, even though after their win, they still didn't even have enough points to break into the top 3. Or even at the Rally LAN a couple months ago, when Furia was rolling through the entire lobby with ease, and had the most points by the end of the tournament, but still ended up losing. And now, the same thing is happening again to NRG. And in the future, it's going to keep on happening as long as these tournaments are being played in match point format. I get that match point format is more exciting to watch for spectators, but it being more exciting to watch isn't a valid excuse for the people who grind for hours every single day to be better than everyone else, just to have it taken away from them because zone RNG wasn't in their favor that day. And that brings me to my next point. For all the people that think after getting to match point, the only way to win is to switch to a defensive comp.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so here's how match point works. And also, fun fact, we're not the only team that has this opinion. We knew we'd get second no matter what, but if we swapped comps and tried to play to win, then we weren't gonna guarantee that we would do good, you know? So if we swap to try to win for match point, and then we start doing terrible, then we just fucking threw, like, bad.
At the end of the day, Apex is a battle royale, and whether you're playing pubs, ranked, or comp, there's a lot of RNG involved. For most teams, winning just comes down to how close the game ends to your POI, and hoping you can rotate and win the game for free. That's why almost any team in the entire lobby can win at any time. But not every team can confidently take as many fights as they want, knowing they'll just roll through any team in the lobby that aren't as mechanically gifted as them. And right now, there's arguably only 3 teams in NA that have showed that they are capable of that. TSM, NRG, and Furia. If there was no match point format, I guarantee that one of these 3 teams would win in almost every single big tournament. But nowadays, with the society that we're in, most people believe that everybody should win, even if they don't deserve it. And that's why some genius came up with the match point format, so that everybody gets a chance to win, and nobody feels like their favorite team is excluded. Anyways, I could rant about this some more, but basically the point I'm trying to make is match point format is trash and it's unfair to the players. It should definitely be changed, but that would require EA to put the players first instead of the fans, which we all know will never happen. Realistically, the only thing you can do is in every tournament with match point format, just pretend that there's two winners, the team that wins and the team with the most points.